Of course. Welcome to Blood and Hope Detroit. Good time tonight, guys. Good time tonight.
Glad to see you again.
Anyone want to do a recap of the last game?
Thanks for weird, that's all.
Feyla's pretending she's not trying to kill us.
What was that?
Feyla's pretending she's not trying to kill us.
Nothing attacked you guys. You are fine.
Yeah. Anyway, King got a hold of us, needed us to find some missing Nosferatu. We found them with creepy-ass plants in the middle of a dark-ass tunnel. There were 3 of them in the... Well, I don't know if we actually specifically said what cat is, so I'll not say what cat is, but cat's territory. And we found a bunch of bones. And a cat.
And plants.
Yep.
You guys are saying the plants like they were these massive things. They were just like tumbleweed-like things. They were just big, weedy plants. Not big, but they were just like weedy plants.
In the middle of pitch black tunnels.
Yeah.
We also found out King's computer got looted, along with some plans had writing on them.
Bryce, specifically, actually.
Yeah, Bryce, right?
Yes, Bryce was the Nosferatu that was killed in Game 1. King is the one that has been organizing everything that has been happening against his will. Along with Mike.
I think that pretty much covers it, actually.
Okay. So when we left off, you had all gotten back to your havens and laid down for the evening. Rufus, you decided to move your haven to outside of Bryce's apartment.
Correct.
So the sun sets. Night has fallen. Can I get your rouse checks?
Thank the Lord. Success.
Also a success.
Success.
I'm also good.
Okay, so everyone's sitting between 1 to 2, except for Rufus, who's at 3, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yes, 1 for Lottie.
William's at 2.
Okay.
So's Debbie.
Is there any way that you would each like to start your evening?
Debbie will call one of the kitchen boys into the back office and take a point of hunger off.
They will happily meet you there.
Rufus.
Lottie will... Oh, go ahead. Rufus first.
Rufus, after getting ready, like his normal stuff, not necessarily getting fully dressed yet, we'll kind of go to the front of the van, kind of poke around, see if anybody's outside.
So, as you're poking your head out, you see the tail end of a police vehicle with a license that you recognize. So, you were checked up on. They're just now pulling around the corner. There's a couple people out. There's not too many, but there's a couple.
Okay.
No one you recognize.
That's an issue. Okay. Never mind. He will go about his merry way for now.
Lottie?
So, Lottie will check up on any work emails and take care of any issues she needs to for business end of things. Take Duncan for a walk and just wait for a call that she assumes is coming.
So, when you wake up, you do have a message on your phone from your sister saying that she arrived in Chicago safely.
Text back. Glad you got there safe. Love you.
Art emoji back. And William.
William's going to be working the gas station. He's pretty much just waiting for the rest of the coterie to give him a call whenever they need him, and he's just chilling, waiting for a book and reading a book in between customers.
Okay. So, there's no messages immediately. So you all go about your evenings. Rufus, did you want to do something or move your haven?
He will, but he will hold off on that for now.
Okay. So about an hour, maybe an hour and a half after you all wake up, you each receive a text. Debbie and Rufus, you would have the number for this person. It's Boria. And he is asking if you are all free.
William's going to mumble, thank God, and then text back yes.
Rufus will reply, yes, I can be there shortly.
And this is a group text, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Debbie will give a fingers up emoji pointing to Rufus's text above hers.
See y'all shortly. And Lottie will order a car and off she goes.
Okay. After you each respond, you get a message back from him saying, Katarzyna requests your presence as soon as you can. So, you each make your way there. Do you travel together or do you travel separately?
Lottie at least is separate.
If not requested, Rufus will just go straight there.
Debbie might ask for a ride. She's not.
William's taking a bus.
Okay. Who is Debbie asking for a ride from?
Probably Rev. Rufus.
He'd swing by.
Alright. So it takes you a little bit to get there, but not too long. And as you pull up, Debbie may have been there before. Rufus certainly has. Not sure about Lottie and William. So, there is it's a garden center, is the front of it that you're pulling up to. And the sign on the front has a large ivory tower on it with poppies growing all up it. And it's titled, it is called The Living Garden. And Boria is standing outside. He is a very, very thin, very tall man. Very pinched face. It looks not fully normal. Like, it is a little bit elongated, a little bit too thin. He just himself looks a little stretched. But he's out there waiting for each of you.
As Rev walks up, he's going, Boria, nice to see you again. I assume Kat's in like her normal area.
Yes. In the center.
Right. Not sure where the other two are, however, I will lead Debbie. Assuming you don't know where you're going.
It's been a very long time since I've been here, and even then I wasn't here too long. I'd appreciate it.
And it's actually not long after that Lottie and William would both get there as well. You'll arrive roughly around the same time. And Boria greets each of you as well.
Cheerio.
Do you think?
Did you wait, Rufus?
No, he would have just went straight up to.
Okay. So you lead Debbie through the garden center, through the back. There's an employee exit, and it leads into the actual garden where they do the planting and all of that. And farther in, there's this location is very large, and there was like kind of hedges in there blocking off certain sections of it, and that was the way they used to section off parts of the garden. So Rufus leads you back, and there's a small section that you can cut through, and that's where he leads you. Lottie and William, Boria escorts you back as well. And you two see Katarzyna sitting on a bench, reading a book. And she either doesn't notice or doesn't say anything to you as you two pull around the corner and see her. Lottie and William, you are not far behind. Boria was slightly rushing you.
Rufus won't say anything until the entire group's there at the very least, allowing her to finish her part that she's on at the very least.
And when the other two walk around the corner, she snaps the book closed and sets it next to her. Hello.
Cat. Good evening. I didn't want to disturb you.
That is fine. There were some strange things that happened. Will you tell me in your own words?
Regarding the findings of last night, I assume.
Yes, I was told that you found them in my domain.
Yes. 3 Nosferatu, all in the tunnels. Foot tunnels, I think, is what they're supposed to be, or were.
I know of them.
Yes, all 3 turned to bone. Luckily, they weren't old enough to turn to ash, otherwise we probably wouldn't have seen them.
Was there anything else?
He kind of turns to everybody else. Like, is there anything else that really noteworthy?
Aside from the fact that they probably got the information from Bryce's apartment, not much else.
Bryce's apartment is not my problem. That would be more Valentina, if anything. There was nothing odd in the tunnels that you found.
There's these weird plants, too.
That is odd. Were they any of the ones that you have seen around here? And as you guys walked through, you did pass by many, many plants.
I will be honest with you, I'm not sure. Given the sheer amount that you have. From what I remember, they were rather small, though, so...
You can, if you would like, give me either wits and intelligence, and survival.
Okay. So wits and survival or intelligence and survival?
Yes. I can justify either one of those.
Got 3 successes.
I got absolutely nothing.
I got a 2.
I actually got a skull, which is good. Which is great.
Okay. Okay.
3 successes for Lottie.
I can't see how the skull would be done here. So I think you're safe. Unless you want to backtalk Cat. But Lottie and William, you did not recognize the plants as any of them that you walked through to see.
From what I can... Oh gosh, I'm sorry. None of the plants you have here were what we saw.
Well, it is good. I do not know why they were found in my tunnels. As far as I am aware, none of my people have done anything. I am keeping an eye out, though. The Nosferatu are not happy.
That's understandable. As far as why they wouldn't be happy, and I wouldn't assume that any of your people would be dumb enough to do anything. I mean, I wouldn't want to anger you. I haven't really seen you angry, and I don't plan on it. However, it would beg the question where the plants came from. I know that's kind of your
It is.
business.
I am very curious as to where they came from as well.
If you would,
Go ahead.
if you would want to, I could potentially take you on a road trip, show them to you.
It is appreciated, but I will not be leaving here. Not for that. You are free to take one of the others if you'd like.
Are any of them of your proclivity? Your talents?
No, not quite, but they've been around a while.
Right. And he kind of not quite chews on his lip for a second. He's like, well, best thing I can do is possibly go down, dig one up, and put it in a pot and have it waiting for you when you're ready for it.
You are welcome to do so. However, I will not be here for a while. Business is calling me out of the city for a time.
I would ask if it's something that I should be worried about. However, it's your business. I don't worry about your business.
Yes. It should not be. But we will see. I will be gone for a while though. So I would prefer this to be wrapped up soon. As I would hate to leave it when I am gone.
Right. And kind of turns to everybody else. Any ideas? Because we need ideas so Cat can be at ease.
My apologies for not being quite as up on the whole thing as I probably should be, but is there anyone that you think might want to frame you for something like this, ma'am?
The other powers don't always get along. But none that I can think of that are outright hostile. And she smiles and the scars on her lips pull slightly grotesquely because there is multiple running down her face.
So, do you know anybody else in the city that has any ability to manipulate and or use plants in a non-mundane fashion?
There are a few that can move the earth. Not quite like me.
Well, no, you, frankly.
And she'll gesture to Debbie. More like what the earth kind can do. Working with
Could
plants.
this connected to the hunters?
It could be.
Could they be trying to cover up?
Could be, however. My child assured me that they got them all that they could find. So if there are more, they were not able to dig them out. You are welcome to look. You are welcome to question any of them, as you are the ones dealing with this right now.
Which ones did you send? Just out of curiosity. Probably wouldn't hurt to talk with them at the very least, figure out where they were staying.
I will have Boria get them. And from where he was standing creepily still, Boria will begin to walk away. Did you have questions for me?
Thousands, however, we don't have time. And most of them are not pertinent.
No.
I don't know about anybody else, though.
There is time while Boria is getting them. So if you do, you can ask.
So do you have a list of the people that can move Earth? Like, well, not quite like you, but in a similar fashion.
There is one that I know of, part of my childer. They are not quite able to do what I am yet, but they're learning.
Okay. I will probably be talking to them as well, just letting you know, just to touch base, just to make sure that they didn't teach
one
somebody.
Of the ones that are coming.
Oh, good. I don't want to be accusatory by any means, because
it is an odd situation.
Now, I'm kind of turning back to everybody else. Anybody else have any questions? That one was my main one.
No, not really.
And then she will look to Lottie and Debbie.
I'm fine.
In situations like this, I find it's a little bit more appropriate to listen than to speak. I'm not very knowledgeable on stuff like this. You were muted. I did not hear any of that.
Whoops. Cat would say back, that is fine. I am just trying to help with your investigation. And about that time, Boria comes back with 4 people. 2 men, 2 women. Cat waves them over and points at each of them. That is Janice. That is Jan. Pointing at the 2 males. Anita. And then Selena is the one I am teaching.
Rufus, rather boldly, kind of walks over to Selena. It was like, we need to talk. Everybody else, I'll get to you in a minute. Or everybody take one, it doesn't matter. I want this one.
Talk about what?
Just have a couple questions. Nothing big, nothing crazy.
And she will look actually over at Kat, who gives a nod back, and then Selena nods at you.
Okay. Rufus will kind of like lead her off outside of the little hedges.
So back into the garden center where that's not Kat's private sanctum?
Correct.
Okay.
What are the names of the guys again?
Janice and Jan.
William will ask Janice to for a talk.
Okay, Janice will go off with you. Are Debbie and Lottie grabbing a person, or are you waiting?
Debbie will walk up to Anita and ask if she'd be willing to talk to her.
Of course.
Thank you.
I guess you're with me, Jan.
Lead the way.
Good question. Since we've been fairly sedentary in this area, what are the plants doing around me?
Being plants?
No, because I leech heat from them.
Oh, you're not... So, you're not close enough.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I'm not, like, killing her
right.
haven.
No, so what we briefly talked in it, and it was before you fully chose... Right, it was before you fully chose the mirror. It's like, it's not an immediate thing. It's, you touch them, and then it slowly...
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Too cold of an area.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's not like in a 5-foot range around you. It's like you actually have to touch them, but you're uncomfortably cold to mortals. Like, something is absolutely wrong if you touch them. What?
I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Totally normal.
Yep. Just wear gloves,
right.
You're fine.
Pulling Jan away.
Alright. Who wants to go first?
I'll volunteer.
Okay, so you have Anita.
Yes.
Boria said you had questions.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out what's going on with the missing Nos. They said you've been around here for a little while. Have you seen anything? I'm just starting with the basics, but have you seen anything that might have been off, even in hindsight?
Well, one would say that finding hunters would be off. We found several of them.
Mm-hmm.
Trained ones.
And if you don't mind me asking, whereabouts did you find them? Was there like a central nest or something?
They were scattered. Not all of them were in one place. One was not far from here. The other, I believe, near Casties? Another near Valentina's? They were just scattered.
Could you tell how long they'd been in the city?
No. Who's clicking?
Sorry.
It's really loud in my ear.
Sorry.
They packed lights. They lived lights. They didn't unpack. Heavily armed. But nothing that stood out as unusual for hunters.
Can I like vibe check her to see if she's like holding anything back?
Of course. Roll vibe check.
Let's see, what would that be? Wits and insight or something?
Yeah.
Okay. First vibe check of this campaign, guys.
Right, just call it vibe check, sure.
3 successes.
She does not appear to be holding anything back. And, she is under pretty much direct orders from Katarzyna to cooperate and answer truthfully and fully to you guys. You don't know how far removed she is from Katarzyna, but she is under orders that you are aware of that, and she doesn't seem to be holding anything back.
Did they seem to be in regular communication with each other? Was there any evidence of that found?
Little. That's how we were able to track them all down.
If you don't mind my asking, how did you all come into be able to track them down through the communication? Was there a missive leaked, or did someone find a letter? Did the nurse crack a password?
I was not the one who found it, but I think it was a list of addresses.
Do you know who did find it?
That would be Janice.
Okay. One moment, please. And Debbie will text whoever is with Janice. Make sure you ask about a list of addresses.
Janice.
Janice, sorry. So she'll text William, make sure you ask about a list of addresses.
I don't really know what else to tell you that would help. There was nothing strange. We hunted them down. We let everyone know that we did it. It was unusual that it was hunters, but nothing in and of unusual about the hunt itself.
I will say I don't know much about hunters myself, but to be able to find a list out in the open like that,
No, it was not in the open. It was hidden.
My apologies. I feel like that's not some. I don't know. I appreciate your answering my questions, and I'll consort with my coterie mates, and we'll get this figured out.
If you have any more questions, Boria can get hold of us, of course.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, you had Genis. So he follows you over.
So, Janice, Kat was telling us that one of her child was able to move dirt like she was. Are you that one, or?
No, that's Selena.
Okay.
I think that is why Rufus took him. Her.
Okay. And you guys were in charge of the whole getting rid of the hunters and the territory thing, correct?
Yes, that is why Boria brought us to you.
Good. You didn't cause too much trouble for you guys, did they?
Of course they did. They were hunters.
Yeah, but still, we're kindred. We have a bit of an upper hand on them.
Have you ever seen or dealt with the hunter?
One injured, though he was still a bit of a pain in the ass, and I'll admit.
We worked in pairs, and it was very difficult. I came away with burns.
Sorry about that.
They're healed now.
How many were you able to find?
I don't remember how many I said before. I think it was like 4 or 5, right?
Something like that, yeah.
4 or 5. Not including the one you had.
No, that doesn't seem like too many.
Heavily armed. Good weapons.
How were you guys able to find them?
A lot of groundwork, and then I found a list of addresses for the other. They were dead drop points, but they were not far from the places they were staying.
You still have that list?
I gave it to Boria, but yes.
Alright, we'll ask him for it on the way out.
Did you have any other questions? There was nothing odd that I remember about it.
So you did say they were a bit difficult to deal with. Any possible chance that you let them try to scare some of them off instead of eliminating them?
Why would we want them to stay around?
Well, not stay around, just to scare them off.
Why would we want them to be able to pass on information to any others that they might have been working with?
Like I said, well, like you said, they were a bit difficult, even for us, so... No, I won't tell Kat if you did, but we need to know, because we do have 3 Nosferatu to deal with. At Nosferatu.
We brought the bodies back to Kat.
Okay, good.
We did not let any of them go. That we were able to keep whole, we brought back.
Okay. Well, thank you for the answers.
Of course. He seems very annoyed right now. But just not necessarily at you, just in general.
I kind of can tell from the pitch.
Did you have any other questions?
Did you work with any of the 3 Nos that were killed?
I knew of one of them, but I do not work with them.
Oh well. I was hoping you would know if they pissed off any other kindred. Well, I think that's it for me.
They're Nosferatu. They keep secrets. They probably had secrets on people.
Yeah, most likely.
That would kindle a grudge.
Well, I think that's all the questions I have. You have a good night.
You too. Lottie or Rufus? Oh, did you want to make any checks or anything, William?
Vibe check.
Yeah, I'll do a vibe check too.
Okay.
You said with some insight?
Yep.
Nope.
Hard to tell through his annoyance.
I'm going to assume that Rufus is going to take a little while, and Lottie probably won't take as long.
Probably. So you had Jan.
Yes, I do. And I'm sorry, I completely cannot get the British accent going at all tonight, so I'm not even going to try anymore. Anyways, Mr. Jan.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I can't get the British accent going at all tonight, so I'm not even going to try. Anyways, Mr. Jan, I wasn't here for the hunter situation at all. I was taking care of business, so can you just go over everything? You can remember. Please.
So... Kat called us and let us know that we had to track down some hunters, which was great.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I was with Janice. We managed to find one, follow him back. He's the one that had the list, and that's how we found the others. Took care of that one. Went with the other 2 to go to the other locations. They were dead drops. We eventually found the houses and took care of the hunters. Not fun. Don't recommend.
10 10 don't recommend?
Something like that.
Any even small detail you can remember that might help us? Even if it seemed stupid at the time?
The one that Janice and I found didn't seem as well trained as the others.
Oh, baby hunter. I'm assuming. I don't actually know.
I assume that's why he had the note still. It was hidden, but still had it.
Okay. And you said there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
I thought they always worked in
not
pairs.
Super far from here. There was one out in Cass's area, and the other was in another in Valentina's. The other was kind of just off by himself.
Okay. And I don't have any other questions that I can think of, so I will just vibe check them and call it good.
Okay.
Because apparently that's what we're doing tonight. We're doing vibe checks.
Apparently.
That is intelligence, oh my god. Wits and insight.
Yes, insight, that one.
And 4. 4 successes.
He did not seem to be lying. Seemed a little embarrassed that the baby hunter apparently gave him and Janice some issues. But he wasn't lying about anything.
Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
Good evening.
Rufus will just kind of stand there, stare at her for a little bit.
Yes?
So, your cat's like newest student, yes?
Yes.
As far as the like Earth stuff.
Not many people know, but yes.
Yeah, she told us it's okay. Secret safe with me. You know what I'd.
I assume if she trusted you to say it, that it would be.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of be upfront with you. Have you heard about the Nosferatu that went disappeared in this particular area?
You mean the ones that we had to go find?
Yes.
Ugh, the ones that were killed.
Yes.
I was part of the ones that had to go find the bones.
Okay. So you saw the plans as well, right?
Yes.
It's a very odd placement for them.
It was. They were not rooted deep, though.
Right, but there's no light down there is the problem, and plants need light, right? Unless if
Right.
it's like a weird strain that doesn't technically need it, but I mean, I don't know a whole lot of nature stuff.
It was odd. I don't know if they were there that long. They were already half dead.
Right. Next question is, do you grow them here? I would assume not.
No. Those are weeds.
Okay. Do you know of anybody else that can do what you and Kat can do? Have you taught anybody anything?
No. No. It's a sacred.
Do you know if Kat has taught anybody anything before you and kind of let them off to do their own thing?
The one that she knew could do before me met the final death many, many years ago.
Did Kat do that herself?
No.
Do we know who did?
A wolf.
One of those wolves over
Yes.
on. Oh, okay. I'm gonna assume that one has been taken care of then, and then you wouldn't know of anybody else. So
She'll like gesture to the scars as she said, like to where Kat's scars are, and she says yes.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't have like a rogue, and it kind of whispers sorcerer.
There is not really many Zemitzi here that are outside of Kat's at least knowledge.
Right, and you know I get around the city quite often, so if I don't know of them, they're either really new or really, really well hidden.
Right. But they were all focused around here, which is very strange.
Right, it kind of points to somebody's trying to frame either you or her. I would put more money on framing her because at the end of the day, no offense, but
I
you're not
don't
really...
know if many people outside of now your group and the immediate family here know about my abilities.
Okay, well...
There is a reason that the last one was hunted down by the guru.
Right. Now... This is just pure conjecture, and this is purely me asking questions. I'm not... Do you know anybody here that doesn't like being here?
Katarzyna does not force us to stay.
Right.
If we want to leave, we can leave. Maybe not me, but...
Yeah, you're a special case, I assume. Maybe not fully forced, but I mean, if you leave, she's probably gonna find you, and you know.
I don't want to, mind you, but for now I cannot.
Right. Now, my next question is, of the Semitsu that you know of, are there any that dislike cat? I know there's non-Semitsu that dislike all of you.
Right.
But let's just start there.
I mean, there is one named Peter that is not fond of her.
Okay, is there any specific reason why?
Not that I know of. I don't know.
Okay. You have a general location that you can give me. Doesn't have to be a specific address, but just general idea.
He stops in now and then just to check in. He is technically part of the family. I don't know where he stays though. Boria or Katarzyna would.
Okay. I feel like this is more of a Boria question.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to it, the hunters that are in question, because obviously the Nosferatu, when we think it's hunters, we want to say it's hunters, because that would be the easiest option here.
Right.
But the Nosferatu hunter issue, are we sure we got them all? Are you 100% sure, or is everybody here 100% sure that we got them all?
We got as many as we could find. We did not find any traces of any more, and there have been no additional hints popping up over the month and a week that we finished finding them. We found them relatively quickly.
That doesn't strike you as odd? Normally they're a little bit more careful. That's all.
Given we found one that had them written down, it was easy to find them after we found the first one.
Okay.
But we have been keeping eyes and ears out and have found nothing.
Did you go into their personal spaces?
Yes.
Did you search their personal spaces?
Yes.
Did you find any, like, computer parts that were just laying around?
There was some technology, but not computer parts?
We're looking for a hard drive. We just want to see if anybody's found it. We want to make sure it didn't get in their hands and then get traded off, and then, yeah, it was just...
Not that I found. Janice and Jen were at the first spot. We didn't go double back, but Boria can get you the addresses.
Again, worry question. That's fine. And at this point, he's actually going to kind of like reach out or not like reach out, but like reach underneath his shirt and like pull out his little cross.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a silver cross, if that matters.
No, she doesn't flinch.
Okay. And he just kind of rubs on it for a little bit, and he's like, "Is there anything else that I should know? Think of this as like a confessional. I can't tell anybody else anything, legally speaking, which I mean, I wouldn't. But
I am not the religious type.
Oh, it's fine. You're not the only one.
No, I told Katarzyna everything. I've told you everything that's pertinent to this.
Okay. It goes without saying that I appreciate you talking with me, and I just feel like it would be safer to get away from everybody else. If there's something that you wanted to keep secret, and not tell anybody else, then you have privacy. This is kind of how I operate most of the time, so it just feels natural for me. You're muted.
It is odd that you are doing this, but no.
Like I said, it's just how I operate. I like privacy. Yeah.
Zara has good words to say about you, so I telling you the truth. So does Katarzyna. And you would know, I say Varia, would be the one that you send people to.
Okay. I mean, one of those is the business partner, the other one is, well, allows me to operate within their domain, so I try to keep on their good side.
Right. It is enough for me to not want to lie to you.
Well, I do appreciate it. We'll tell you that I'm going to pretty much take everything you say at your word, because you know the consequences if you lie.
I gain nothing from lying to you.
Right. You would actually lose quite a bit. Not from me.
We all want this issue to be taken care of. The tensions with the Nosferatu are really high right now.
Right. And I don't want to see that turning into more than it is already.
Neither do we.
So I'm going to let you get back to whatever you were doing before. I do apologize for this little interruption, but
it is fine. She will offer you her number. If you have questions, I will try to answer them.
And he'll take out the phone, flip it open, and put the number in. Do appreciate it. I will let Kat know that I'll let you go. Okay?
Okay. Do not tell anyone, or consequences will come down on you.
Oh no, I know better. Trust me. It's not the ones that come down, it's the ones that go up.
And with that, she will leave you.
And he will walk back in, stopping at Boria, specifically.
Rufus?
I need a couple things from you, if you're willing to give them to me.
Of course, Katarzyna said to fully cooperate.
You have a list of addresses that are from the hunters, yes?
He will reach into a pocket and pull it out and hand it to you.
Didn't expect you to have it on you, but thank you.
I assumed
also,
you would be wanting it.
Do you have an idea of where Peter likes to spend time?
And he'll look to be thinking for a second. I believe he spends time downtown. Not far from Charlotte's.
Okay, thank you. I will maybe giving them a visit soon. In full transparency.
It's your prerogative.
Thank you. And he kind of pats Bori on the shoulder. Always a help.
Did you need anything else?
No, I think I'm okay. Personally. They might, but I think we're good here.
Okay. Katarzyna is still there.
And he'll kind of walk back over to Kat's little area, waiting for everybody else to gather.
You would probably be one of the last ones to arrive.
Yeah, I figured as much, but still.
The others were there waiting for you. Katarzyna would make some small talk, but she's not super talkative. So if anyone had questions for her while they wait for Rufus, you are free to say or talk to her.
I'm good.
Also good.
Okay.
Debbie's a little intimidated. She's just gonna sit back and watch things play out.
So I think I forgot to describe Katarzyna's eyes. They're a little clouded over. Not like she's blind, but it definitely is a little odd looking, and her gaze just kind of drifts a little bit. So it is a little weird. So Rufus, you return, and Katarzyna gives you a nod. I hope they were helpful.
They were. They actually answered quite a few of my questions. I hope you don't mind. I dismissed them for you.
That's fine. They were only here to answer your questions.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, because it is your literal home, so.
And you are my guests.
I got what I needed from Boria. I don't believe I have anything else to ask of you. If anybody else does, awesome. Otherwise, I'm ready to get going. I don't know about anybody else.
The sooner that we can take care of this, the better. I am leaving soon. In the next few days.
Do you have I assume it's going to be an extended leave of absence?
A few weeks.
Right. Your business, your own. I hope that you have a good, call it a vacation, even though I doubt that it's going to be.
It should be informative, if nothing else.
Sounds fun.
We will see. Now, if there is nothing else, Boria will escort you out.
Ta-ta.
You are free to contact him or myself if you have any other questions.
All right, well, thank you, and have a good night.
Good night. And then Boria will lead you all out. No one stops you. You see one or two of the people you spoke with doing work, but other than that, nothing stands out to you. And then you are left outside. Boria bids you good night and farewell.
So at this point, Rufus kind of takes the list of addresses out of his pocket, hands them to everybody. It's like, so, want to go on a
Real fast. William, is your phone on silent or vibrate or has a ringer on?
Ringer's on.
Okay. Your text tone goes off.
Take a look at it.
It is your sire. Sent you an address. And kind of just simply says, take a look into this, please.
Okay. We'll text. I'll take a look at it as soon as I can.
Expediency would be appreciated.
Got it.
Do you pull up the address or not?
Yeah, I'll pull up the address.
It comes up as a nightclub, called the Trinity Club.
Guess my sire also wants me to look into something. Any chance that the addresses are this close to what the addresses we got?
One isn't super far away, but it's not close. And the addresses that you guys do have are spread throughout the city.
Do we know which address is the one they found the list at? Or was that at a separate location?
That was at a location not originally written down, but you can see in very, very neat handwriting that is also written down underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Regarding the Trinity Club, is that anywhere near Charlotte's?
No. It's
Okay,
not near down. It's not quite near downtown. It's like maybe could be considered on the outskirts, but it doesn't. It's not that close.
Okay, just want to make sure
Charlotte's
it
place would be more sort in the middle.
Yep.
And this is like not quite downtown.
So, where to first?
Well, my sire said expediency is key, so we'll take care of that last.
I was going to ask if you were one of those that was still obedient. Didn't strike me as one, though.
I'm sure I'll hear about it later, but the hunter thing seems pretty important.
So, and he, at this point, is like walking over to his van, puts the list on the hood of it. Choose, or I'll choose for you.
This one. And Lottie just points to a random one.
I will be right back.
Sure. I guess we should be thankful that they had a untrained baby hunter stupid enough to write down all this information for us.
Would it be prudent to double back to where they found the list, see if maybe something else was left out that might be a little bit more important in hindsight?
That actually might be a good idea, considering where they found it should be where the baby hunter was staying, and if he was stupid enough to make a list, he may have left other things around as well, even if it was hidden.
Right. And I did ask about the whole hard drive thing. Apparently that wasn't found, however they didn't... Well, Selena didn't go to the original address. So probably wouldn't hurt to make sure that we go there if we don't go anywhere else.
I am back.
Okay. So,
To the initial place?
yeah, we'll go there. Because that's an actual, like, physical address.
Yes. Yes, it is. So, you guys head over that direction. Are you all going together? Are you going separately? How are you getting there?
I'm assuming we're just taking Rev's van again, but I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense to just take Rev's van.
Rufus, you know this isn't extremely far from where Ellie is.
Wonderful.
Yep.
He
It's not
seems annoyed.
in the hospital that she works in. It's not near there, but it's definitely in the area that she has claimed.
Seems annoyed that that's where you all have to go. However, he's willing to go there.
All right, Mr. Rufus, Reverend. I don't know what I'm saying tonight. Oh my gosh. It's only going to be for a little while.
Oh, the area is not the issue. It's the person.
And if we're only there for a little while, hopefully you won't run into her.
For her sake, let's hope not.
Oh.
So you all pile into the van. Same setup as last time, I'm assuming.
Works
And
for me.
begins to drive you. Rufus, are you stopping anywhere or contacting anyone on your way?
He would contact somebody that he knows likes to stay around there. And be
There's
like,
one
I
or
may
two.
need you. It simply says, I may need you. Please stay loosely available.
They both would text back very quickly, agreeing. Just let us know what you need, Reverend.
And he would head off to the location.
Okay. So it's a excuse me. It is a kind of rundown apartment building, but actually looks like there's people living there, unlike some of the other ones you've been to recently. And the address actually says that it is on one of the first floor rooms. It's not necessarily an apartment, but like a place people can... It's something between an apartment and a hotel.
Boarding house.
Yeah, something like that. Short-term stays.
Okay. Well, this is a place. I have a feeling that this is more my crowd that I typically talk to, so...
Yes, it is by no means the crowd that Lottie or William hang around.
Rev will park the van out front as close as he can. He will go into the back, get his things. All of his things.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right.
Tuck them in his various places that he needs to, and he would also grab the Bible that is in the back.
Okay. Who is everyone going with him? Who's waiting? What are you doing?
Let's go north.
Okay. There are a few people milling about. You're not getting odd looks, but you're getting a couple people glancing over at you.
Do you want someone to hang back? Or would you prefer us go with you?
That is up to you.
It'd probably be a better idea if I went with.
Mind going with as well. Especially if we have to... We're doing some investigating and stuff. Normally fairly decent at that kind of thing.
Okay, then I will not be taking the rest out regarding like the cross.
Okay.
Appreciate that, thanks.
Sage kind of like walks up to the front door.
It's just swings open. It looks like at one point you had to be buzzed in, but it doesn't work anymore.
Fitting. So yeah, he walks in. If given a specific room number, apartment
Yes.
number, whatever it is,
There would be a room number written down.
he would walk straight over there.
The door is locked.
Okay.
The door looks like it may have been forced open at one point, but it doesn't give if you just put a little bit of pressure onto it. There's no one on the first floor, but you definitely hear people.
Okay.
Like there's no one out in the hallway on the first floor.
You just kind of looked at everyone. Don't. It's gonna be like, does anybody else know how to pick a lock?
Yes, actually.
Okay. And he kind of slides you over his lockpick set.
Dexterity and larceny.
Mine's actually under stealth. I have break-in. Or I guess that's different. Never mind.
Yeah, that's
I'm just
not
thinking stupidly.
lock. Go ahead and do you have larceny?
I don't. I have stealth break-in, which is why I was like, yeah, I know how to pick a lock. But that's different, so maybe I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would consider that like actively being quiet as you're sneaking into a new place. I will let you add a dice onto dexterity for lockpicking.
Okay. Well, let's see what I do. I got 2 successes.
That's enough. This is
Okay.
not a very sturdy or hard to get lock.
So once it is somewhat open, Reverend's going to kind of knock on the door and be like, Bishop Thomas, making a house call.
No noise, no response.
He'll open the door and step in then.
The room is a mess. There's no blood or anything like that, but there was certainly a struggle that happened there. This is likely where the confrontation took place.
If you three would like to search around, I will make sure that any passers-by don't feel the need to look too long. Okay?
Got it.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, so go ahead and give me rolls. Let's see. Which rolls would you guys like to use?
What's an awareness?
Okay. So you would just be searching.
Nothing.
through the signs of the scuffle, it's hard to make anything out that looks out of place. Debbie? You said Lottie, nope.
Wait, what?
Did you say nope?
No, I was gonna say I'll roll intelligence and investigation.
Yes, you can do so.
And I got 3 successes. Sorry.
Okay. So 3, so there really is, it's kind of like a flat. There really isn't a room other than the bathroom. And the door on that is not staying shut very well, so it just kind of swings open partially. So you don't find anything in the main room. In the bedroom area, like kind of where it's sectioned off a little bit, you find clothes that have just been like kind of dumped and spread everywhere. This room was obviously searched prior to you guys coming here. And you find what would be a very sturdy briefcase, but definitely looks like it has been ripped open. And there is slots for weapons in there. You can assume this is where the hunter weapons were. There doesn't really seem to be anything to find. And then in the bathroom, if you head over that way and look, again, there's not really anything to find. There is a couple bottles of what look to be pain medication.
No real luck for me. The place has been tossed really good.
You do also find, you notice on the wall where it definitely looks like it got scrubbed.
Although somebody tried to clean up a mess here. New blood splatter.
It would be not far from the entrance door, so it's potentially the hunter turned and fired when the other two busted in. You can almost imagine the smell of burning kindred flesh and the scorches on the wall from fire. Debbie.
I am going to roll wits and investigation, because she'd be looking like specifically for the computer parts.
Okay.
See, I got 2 crits and one of them was on a blood die, so that's 4?
Yes, 2 crits is 4.
Okay.
You don't
So
fail
that's 4
anything,
successes.
so you're good.
Yeah.
It's still a messy critical, though. And you be Gangrel. And you be Gangrel. So, yours is bestial features, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So as you're searching, your eyes itch a little bit. You don't think anything of it. You're really concentrating on trying to find this, and you're getting frustrated over it. You still don't find any signs of a computer part. You had 4 successes with a critical. You're frustrated that you can't find anything. And if any of the other 3 of you look at her, her eyes are no longer like they used to be. They are a golden yellow with slitted pupils. Look very much like a cat. So, Debbie, you don't actually find any computer parts. You do find an empty laptop bag, though.
Like completely and totally empty, as in no cords, no nothing.
There's like a mouse left over, like a wireless mouse. And whoever took it didn't like make sure to take accessories. Just the laptop and the cord.
Fantastic. No USBs in there or anything?
Nope.
Dang it. Not finding anything. There was a laptop, but they left in a hurry, just grabbed it and the cord.
Lottie's just gonna stare at Debbie for a little while.
Can I help you?
Your eyes are weird. They
Excuse me?
changed. Your eyes changed.
Honey, I'm a gangrel.
I'm just
That
saying.
happens when I'm pissed off.
Okay.
Rufus, no one goes to the front door. They don't seem to care.
Okay. After a few minutes, Rufus will actually search people out. See if there's anybody out in like a hallway or anything.
So there's no one on the first floor. You do find a couple people out in the hallway smoking on the second floor. Not a normal cigarette.
As would be expected. He is actually
like
going to
sitting
approach
in the
him.
hallway.
He is actually going to approach him.
They just kind of stare at him.
Excuse me.
What you want?
Out of curiosity, which one's like the building manager, superintendent? I've got a couple questions about one of your tenants. I haven't seen them in my sermon for a little bit, and they usually showed up pretty regularly. I just wanted to check in, make sure that they're okay, like they're not in the hospital or anything.
So you looking for your guy or the building guy?
I mean, my guy, if you know of them.
You didn't tell us anything about him.
And he gives like the apartment number. He lives here.
I think his name was Jake.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah.
He's in and out.
You seen him, or I mean, any of his friends? And I know last time we talked, he was saying he got some new friends. I don't know a whole lot about him though.
I don't talk to him.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just asking a couple questions. I know this is a long shot. Do you know what kind of car he drove? Typically, like, I just hold him in like my sermons in like random areas, and people just like park and walk in, so I don't ever see vehicles.
Some beater? I don't know which one's his.
Figured I'd ask. It's fine. And he's gonna kind of take a little pamphlet out and be like, "This isn't your normal thing. I promise you." Okay, I don't judge you for doing whatever it is that you guys want to do.
That ain't my normal thing to go do.
That's fine. But if you know anybody that might not have a place to stay, send them my way, and I'll at least make sure they do. Okay?
Sure.
And he hands out like little pamphlet.
They'll take them, but seem like really confused as to why They're being solicited in the middle of their hallway where they live by someone they've never seen.
Yeah, that's fine. And he'll kind of walk back downstairs.
Okay. You see Debbie's eyes are cat-like now.
You okay?
Just a little on edge. I'll be fine. Always am.
Do you have sunglasses? Or something that can cover that up?
Yeah, I usually keep some in my purse. This isn't the first time it's happened.
Figured. Just want to make sure. Anyway. Did we find anything useful?
Nope.
Found one on the Zamitzi got shot.
Okay.
There was a laptop in there, but not anymore. Didn't find any spare parts or nothing.
Good to know. Okay. If we're done here, we can step out. People that live here knew the guy as Jake.
It seems like cats people are pretty thorough here.
Unfortunately, apparently.
So you all make your way out to the van. The Coterie Mobile.
Apparently.
Did you expect anything else?
No.
So where to next? It's been a few hours. You're got about half the night left.
Wait a minute, are you sure we can leave your thing for later?
Sorry, just over half the night left.
Like I said, Hunter's kind of important, so I can deal with it. We can try one more house, and if we don't find anything, we'll head to the nightclub, see what he wants, and then if we have time, we'll take care of the rest.
Okay, so sounds to me like address closest to the club would probably be the smartest.
Yeah.
And that one would be let's see. There is one out kind of in an area where no one really has claimed territory yet. There isn't a whole lot going on out there. A lot of rundown houses, a lot of closed up buildings, closed up stores.
Okay.
So you make your way out there. Anything you wish to discuss on the drive? And if not,
Debbie will pull a pair of they kind of look like standard glasses, but they've got sunglass lenses in them.
good choice.
So just kind of low key.
Good choice. So you make your way over there, and it is a would have been boarded up house.
Debbie, I believe this is your area of expertise, the dark and dreary.
All right. Just Don't shine any bright lights at me for a minute. And she'll activate Eyes of the Beast.
Clear as day.
As she exits the van.
Clear as what you assume day to be. Or what you remember day to be. And your burning golden eyes turn red. Still slitted. Still look very intimidating. So you make your way in. The door, as I said, is no longer boarded up. It's clearly has been used. The house is kind of gross. It has definitely seen some use. Doesn't smell though, so it definitely looks like, or smells like it has been cleaned. So it opens into like a living room area and you can see the kitchen. But there's not really too many utilities there. There's like a hot plate and a mini fridge. So clearly someone has been living here.
But no signs of recent use, like within the past few days?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I will forego the kitchen area and try and make my way back towards whatever living quarters there seem to be.
Yep, there's definitely a bedroom. It looks like it's just a very small kind of one-bedroom place. There's a whole lot to this area. Is everyone else staying outside still?
Body
What
will.
we'll do is kind of walk around to see if anybody's close.
Okay. There is a few people on the streets. No one's super close, though, and definitely not really paying attention. There is no vehicle here either.
Okay.
So was anyone else going in the house? William?
Yeah, William will follow Debbie into the house.
Okay. Are you turning on the light or something? Because it's pitch black in here.
He's gonna grab a hold of Debbie's back and just keep heightened senses up to see if he can hear anything.
Okay. Noted. Debbie and now William, you make your way back. Open the door. There is signs, definite signs here that someone has rummaged through the room. Clothes have been pulled out of the closet. Like there was a suitcase in the closet and they've been kind of like pulled out and kind of tossed around. Definitely someone searched this place. What would you like to do?
Hold on, I'm gonna drop my eyes and then we can turn on some lights and search better, alright?
Alright.
And so she will drop Eyes of the Beast.
Okay.
And then as soon as that is dropped, she's gonna pull out her phone and use the flashlight built into her phone.
Okay. You see less clearly than you did before.
That is alright. Because now I have someone to help me look!
Can Lottie see the light turn on from outside?
No. Not if you're out
Okay.
front.
Yeah, I'm out front. Okay, so kind of just assume that they are still doing the darkness thing.
William, give me Wits and Resolve, please.
Three successes.
You passed and your phone goes off again.
Oh, Jesus. I'll drop heightened senses and take a look at his phone.
It is your sire. Why haven't you gone yet? I told you expediency was necessary.
We're going to Hunters and nearby we'll stop by after.
This is a priority. Someone knows about us.
William's just gonna say shit and start frantically looking around.
Okay, go ahead and give me a search check.
Two successes.
You don't find anything that could have been hidden. Everything looks like has been thoroughly searched. Debbie, you can also give me a search check. I say search. As long as you guys can reason it out, I will accept several different rolls. And while you're rolling, Rufus and Lottie, what would you be doing?
The people nearby, do they look to be of the homeless variety?
Yes. One of them is across the street. That would be the closest.
Okay. So Rufus, being very comfortable with them, walks over. Excuse me.
And he just kind of shakily looks up at you.
Do you normally stay around here? I'm looking for the person that normally stays in that house, specifically.
Just shrugs a little bit.
I have something for you if you can give me answers that are actually worthwhile.
What?
Depends on what you want. I have some money, I have other things that you might want.
You notice he is shaking. Like just a tremor.
By chance, that cold or is that something else?
He pulls away a little bit and gets a little bit more defensive.
No, it's fine. Trust me. Now, I might be able to help with that if you are willing to give me answers. Good answers.
What answers you want?
Person that lived in that house.
Don't know him.
You know of them? You don't know them?
Never talked to him.
Did you know? Okay. But you did see them.
Him and some friends.
Do you have descriptions?
The descriptions he gave would match the ones that you were given of the hunters that were found by Cat's people. And he does give all of the descriptions.
Okay. Now, next question is, did they have a vehicle?
Beater car, don't know what happened to it.
Okay. Oh, it's good. How long's it been since you seen them? Do you know? It doesn't need to be specific, just needs to be general.
Month-ish. Same with car.
Okay. Well, that kind of lines up. Reverend just kind of, well, wait here just a second. And he'll kind of walk back over to his van. And I assume that he has something that helps his feeding habits.
Yes. Tucked away somewhere.
Okay. Like up underneath in like the seat cushion of the driver's seat. He just opens the car door, grabs something out from there, walks back over. It's like, is this something that you
Snatches
would help
out of
your
your hand.
shake? Okay. Now, I want to make sure that you're being responsible. Do you have a place safe around here that you can go to like take care of this?
He'll jerk his head at one of the houses nearby.
And I'll kind of like help him up and start walking over there with him.
It would be Not the house he's at, but like the next house over.
Okay. He'll just kind of look over to Lottie and just kind of give it 1 second as he takes him inside.
Okay.
Once, like, I assume everything's quickly set up and taken care of.
It's like ready to go. He was just searching for it.
Just playing. Okay. Now I need one more thing from you.
What?
And he just look at me. Everything will be fine. He just kind of like grabs him and starts feeding.
How much?
He will take 2, but he will not take any more than that.
Okay. You leave the. Okay. Do you just kind of let him sit there? Do you kind of make sure he's gonna be okay? Like what you do?
Make sure that he's going to be okay eventually, not like immediately gonna like croak.
Yep. So
Make sure he's gonna survive.
he might. He took kind of a lot for his not super great health and his habit that you had him do beforehand. Maybe you'll see him again. Maybe you won't.
He will, however, also lay a flyer next to him as he's like, I assume, passed out at this point.
Yep. Yeah, he's not doing too great right now. But he's feeling good.
With a note of, I can help if you want.
Alright. This took place relatively quickly. Lottie, as Rufus is making his way back and everything he has done, have you done anything?
Debbie and William have been inside for a little while now, right?
Yeah,
Like 5-ish minutes at least.
5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Shoulders calling. Are you guys using a light yet? I'm waiting patiently.
Oh, well then before they get back with you, Debbie, let's do your search. What did you roll?
I got a 4.
Perfect. You find the laptop.
Ha!
There is a USB plugged into it, but no mouse.
It's alright. It's alright.
It was quite well hidden, but part of the jostling that they must have done kind of knocked it out of its hiding place, and they missed it.
She's gonna carry the laptop outside, and as she does, she's gonna pull her phone out with the other hand and send Mike a quick text saying "got something for you" with a little emoji heart.
Thumbs up emoji, and as you're walking towards the door, Lottie's poking her head in and shouting, so you almost run into each other.
Oh, jeez!
Sorry, you said not to use light, so I was waiting. You guys have been in here a while.
It's been, what, 5 minutes?
Something like that?
Okay, well, I found the laptop. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, Reb's still in the van?
Walking up
I
to
think
it
he's
now.
just coming back.
Yeah, we gotta get to the club. Sarah texted me, he said there's possibly a Masquerade violation happening.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah, someone knows about us.
Fuck.
Okay. Get in, then. This might be a happy circumstance that what just happened. Anyway, and Rev very much looks like he's in a better mood right now.
Perhaps having a good time.
Well, I'm glad someone's having a good night.
So Rufus, you have never really been to this club before. You can get its general location, but you've never been to it, never have seen it.
Okay. I would actually have somebody else like pull it up on the GPS thing.
Probably William.
And that's what he would call it. That's what he would actually call it, is the GPS thing. And like, just tell me where to turn and I'll remember it after that.
Put it into the GPS thing.
The GPS thing.
Yep. Contrary to his normal, like, driving habits of iffy speed that's very, very moderate, like maybe 5 over, this time he's speeding and he's like swerving in traffic.
Cane's mercy! Do you need someone else driving?
Roll me a dice
I'm
and
fine.
tell me what it comes up as.
Drive dice?
No, just roll me a dice and tell me what it comes up as. Doesn't matter which one.
An onk.
You're safe. You are not pulled over. Did you drop your onk?
No, I dropped the die.
So Rufus is very dangerously making his way over to the club. You could swear at one point you feel the van tip a little bit from an aggressive turn.
Lottie is gripping the table for dear life.
Is it a metal table or a wooden table?
It is a metal frame, like, particle board table.
You have now some gouges in it.
That's fine.
Or at least some indents. You guys pull up to the club. It's kind of busy. There's no line outside or anything like that. The music is very loud, and it's very much club music, upbeat, not quite rave music, but something's going on there. And through the doors, you can just see like bursts of color.
Reverend will kind of look at the club and like, I should probably change my shirt.
Yeah, probably. And then William's just gonna jump out of the van and try to head on in.
Okay. Just William?
Rev will be shortly after him once he like changes.
Mm-hmm. Are Debbie and Lottie immediately following William, or are you waiting?
I didn't really dress for club attire, but I guess I'll come.
Yeah, Lottie follows.
Okay. So the club is dark. It's small. Relatively small. And there are just clumps of people who are vigorously dancing together. You don't see anything suspicious. The song is fine. It's normal club music. There is appears to be a live DJ playing though. And Rufus, that's what you come into as well after a few minutes. It's dark. There's like the lights on the ceiling are like pulsing different colors.
Is there like a VIP area?
No, it's not that high a class of a club.
Well, William, did your Sarah give you any indication of what we're supposed to be looking for?
I guess start with looking for people who might look like they're freaking out.
I'll head back to the bathroom then, and Debbie will immediately go back towards the women's bathroom because that's where she knows most of the gossip happens in the middle of the night at a seedy club.
Okay. In the seedy club it is. Gross bathrooms. You hear as you walk. Are you going back alone?
Nah, she'd probably grab Lottie and bring her with her. She doesn't want to be caught alone if there's a masquerade breach.
Are you talking to
Girls
the people
always
back?
have to go.
Are you talking to the people back there, or are you just trying to listen in and hear gossip?
Just trying to listen in and hear gossip.
Okay, there's a couple people there. She might turn in what?
She'll turn to Lottie and ask her to wait here for just a second, and she'll slip into one of the stalls and just wait for a little bit, see if she can hear anything.
Okay. These drunken women are kind of gathered around a mirror. One of them's doing their makeup. And they're just kind of laughing and having a good time. They appear to be friends. Just out to have a good night. And then one of them starts talking about how the music is... had some weird songs on it, but they're really good. Must be a new DJ. Because they haven't heard them at this club before. William and Rufus. The ladies left you?
Rufus will just kind of turn to William, like, I'm going to let you do your thing. I'll scan the perimeter. Okay?
Alright.
What kind of shirt is Rufus wearing? I have to know now.
So it would probably be still a nicer, but I mean, it's just still a t-shirt. It'd be black. Very, very well form-fitting, though.
I was expecting something old-fashioned. That's fine.
Hawaiian shirt.
So, are you exiting the building, or are you just, like, wallflower?
He'd be walking around the outside of the crowd.
Okay. Nothing catches your attention. People seem to be standing on the outside of it drinking. Some of them are, like, bopping a little bit, but not really dancing.
Okay. As he's walking, he's going to have Sense the Unseen up. Just to make sure.
Nothing. William, what are you doing?
He's gonna walk through the crowd to see if he can find anyone who's acting abnormally or isn't breathing.
There is definitely people who seem to be on some substances, whether it be alcohol or otherwise, not quite sure. Like, you're not spending too much time looking at it. And as you're attempting to see if anyone is breathing, the song changes. I didn't think anything of it at first. And you can all hear this, because it's blasting out the entire place. As the lyrics come up, they start to sound a little bit suspicious. Hinting at vampires.
Oh, crap.
And as you look up towards the DJ, they have kind of a helmet on their face, one of the ones with the emoji facial features.
Is the DJ breathing?
Can't tell.
Rufus will make his way over that way.
Okay. So the DJ is kind of like pulled up on a platform. There's no one like directly next to him or anything like that.
Okay.
He seems to be having a grand time.
Is he able to see eyes of this particular
there's
person?
the helmet.
Okay. He's gonna activate awe.
Okay.
And he's just gonna stand there and stare at the DJ for a little bit.
How are you like in front of the crowd and everything?
Kind of. Like I said, he's in front of like where the DJ is.
Yeah.
People can definitely see him.
Okay. So the DJ is like scanning the crowd and everything. He doesn't seem to be making eye contact with anyone.
Okay. But yeah, no, like not dancing, just kind of standing there staring at the DJ. Trying to make it obvious that like he's yeah.
All right. So it takes a minute. And then he seems to not quite stumble, but definitely does seem to finally look at you.
And he's gonna kind of like point off to one of the sides.
Just give a little shrug and just kind of like look down at the table. And
then he's just gonna like point off to one of the sides. Again, like, we need to talk.
Remind me what the rolls are for awe.
Give me just a second.
The vampire can add the presence rating to their persuasion and performance check.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that roll.
I might not have enough dice. Manipulation and persuasion?
Do you need to make a roll to activate awe?
No.
Okay. Yes. You can do charisma or manipulation.
I'm picking manipulation.
I assumed.
Also, I have the beautiful merit, which adds extras on top.
You do. Because Rufus is gorgeous.
Him and Lottie would get along, or him and Beth would get along. Not really.
Maybe not so much.
I feel like most of the Atlanta coterie would not like Rufus.
I got 9.
I'm not even gonna try. So he kind of looks behind him, and then someone else does come up to the stage, and everyone kind of boos. Does not seem to be too happy about the circumstances. And the song does taper out and fade into something else, because the new DJ has taken over and decided to change the song. And the guy walks over. Or the person walks over.
Are we still in front of everyone, or is there like a sectioned off area?
There is an area that doesn't have a whole lot of people, but there are still people around. But before we get any farther on that, Lottie and Debbie, you hear the song. What do you do? Because you were in the bathrooms as the song changes.
Lottie will watch the girls apply their makeup for their reaction.
One of them laughs, is like, "Oh, it's this one again."
Lottie will kind of just take us up close and be like, "This is Do these songs happen often? Sometimes? For how long have they been going on?
Muted, Trey.
You're muted.
A couple times tonight, is what she said.
Full times. I'm sorry, I was just trying to read your lips that first time, and I was like, I think she said sometimes. But vampires aren't real. Lottie will take a step back so the chill of her body doesn't affect them.
And they just kind of laugh it off, like, of course not.
Interesting lyrics, then.
At that point, Debbie will. At that point, Debbie will make the gesture of flushing the toilet, coming out and washing her hands.
They just kind of look at you and then go back to giggling around the mirror, talking about, I don't know, some of the guys they came with, a boyfriend, what they plan to do tonight.
By the way, thanks for waiting for me, Lottie. I think this is our cue to go now.
Alright, and Lottie will just pretend like she's fixing up her hair one last time and walk out.
William, you saw Rufus do what he did. And as you two are walking out from the bathroom, the song changes again. About halfway, less than halfway through the song. But William, you see Rufus do this.
He's gonna follow Rufus when he goes to meet the guy.
Okay. So the guy kind of pulls off to the side. Again, there is people around, but no one directly near you.
Okay. First things first. Bruce, take off the helmet, please.
Takes it off. Some 20-year-old looking kid.
Where'd you get that song?
Do you like it?
Where did you get that song?
You very much like it.
It's good, isn't it? I wrote it.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Normally not my thing, but I liked it.
And Lottie and Debbie, at this point, you walk out and see the two guys, Rufus and William, talking to some blonde-haired kid.
What's your name?
I haven't really picked a name yet.
No, your actual name. Not your stage name. I'll just call you Buckethead for right now. Your name.
I don't want to tell you that.
I mean, I need to have a legal name so we can make a contract.
Really?
You see, my friend here is into music, and I just finance his business. Isn't that right, William?
Yep.
Really? I just started. I'm so happy. My name's Chris.
Yeah, you just got lucky tonight, Chris.
How did you come up with those lyrics?
I have had some weird couple of nights.
Tell me about them. I'm all ears.
I don't think you'd believe me.
Trust us, we've had some few weird nights as well.
When you're in the music business, you have a lot of weird nights. Let's put it that way.
I don't know. I woke up one night and then I just pass out every morning now.
Oh. When's the last time you've eaten real food?
I think it's been a couple of days. I'm real hungry right now, though.
Okay, just out of curiosity, and he'll kind of look around. Is there any like actual like food, like normal food?
There's like some trail mix stuff on the table, some peanuts, like not anything substantial.
He's gonna kind of bring it over and here, eat.
I don't wanna. It didn't go too well last time I tried.
Just throw it out.
Yeah. You guys know what's happening with me?
You can come with us. We'll see about getting you something you can actually stomach.
That would be great.
Yeah. William, if you would please go get Lottie and Debbie. I will take him to the van.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Lottie and
they'll
Debbie are
kinda,
basically like right next, like coming up to you guys.
And he'll just kind of like, is there a back door that he can go through? Has to not go through the crowd.
Are you asking Chris or are you just asking me?
Just asking you.
Not that you know of.
Okay. Now to Chris. Is there a back entrance that we can go through?
Oh yeah, I can take you back.
Let's do that, just to not cause a scene.
It should be fine. And then he'll lead you out the back.
Yep. I'll take him to the van, kind of like, if he at any point doesn't want to go in the van, he's going to make him go in the van.
He doesn't really seem to want to, but if you tell him you want him to, he'll do it. You've got him thoroughly entranced right now.
He'll just kind of be like, please get in. We've got some things to discuss.
This is a little weird, but okay.
I'm with him on this one. What's going on?
We
have a new addition to the family.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yes, and we have to figure out how this happened. Now, everyone in, please, and we can have a discussion.
Right.
It's a little cramped with this many people in the back of the van. Chris is holding his helmet.
Oh, Chris. Smile for me.
The smile.
Is there any, like, obvious...
There's some little baby
fangs
fangs.
or anything? Okay. So, good news and bad news. I know what's going on with you.
I'm so glad to hear that.
He'll kind of go and retrieve his silver cross, look at Lottie, and be like, you might want to sit up front for a minute.
Thank you.
And he'll just kind of lay it down on the table.
Okay.
I'm just making sure of a couple things. You've heard, well, obviously you know what a vampire is at this point. Everybody's heard the stories.
Oh yeah.
That's what you...
Oh.
Yeah, that's the music that you're... Yeah, so,
They're real?
and he kind of...
I just thought it was
takes a
ironic.
knife. He kind of takes a knife out and he cuts his thumb open. It's like, here.
What are you?
Drink it.
He seems to like not really want to, but kind of fighting with himself because it's you telling him to do it. And then after a minute, he'll do it.
Okay. He'll only allow one specifically.
Okay.
Did that help at all with the whole hungry situation? I know you're still hungry, but
It kind of made me want more. Didn't do too much.
okay. So, you want to know the good news or the bad news?
Whatever you want to tell me.
Good news, you have somebody that's willing to take care of you for a little while. Bad news, you will not be living in this city anymore.
What?
Okay? Trust me.
Okay.
Vampires are real. You are a vampire. We don't like to call ourselves vampire, typically speaking, because that draws unwanted attention. We like to call ourselves kindred.
Okay.
Now, that being said, who did you meet the night before this happened to you? Till you started having weird nights?
I don't remember. There was a lot of people.
Is there anyone that stands out specifically to you?
No. I was at some club. Trying to get ideas.
Okay.
What club? Lottie will call from the front seat.
Oh yes, and he grabs the cross and puts it back into a pocket. You're good. You can come back now.
Thank you.
Out the side door, all the way back around, get back in. I was at a couple clubs that night, but last one I remember was this one.
I have a weird question for you. Have you had any weird urges to stare at something pretty for a really long time?
I just got really into my music.
Yeah, it sounds like he's kind of like you.
Yeah.
William, you got a brother now.
What?
Hopefully it's not actually a brother.
Yeah, you don't want to meet the guy who did this to me.
Now, the important part is you have people that are willing to take care of you for a short term. Most of what you've been told about vampires or kindred, not necessarily true. Still don't like sun, still don't like fire. Still drink blood. Beyond that, it's much more open. Some of us don't like silver, some of us don't like white, some of us don't like crosses and roses and cats, and some can't go into a domicile without being invited in. So, good news, you can live a relatively normal on life. All things considered, of course. And in the meantime, we can figure out who made you like this. And then we can have a talk with that one.
I don't know who would have done this. I really don't remember anyone.
That's another problem, is some of us can make people forget things. May have been what happened to you. Now, do you remember anybody taking special interest in you?
There's a couple people that came up and talked to me. No one acted weird, though.
We typically don't. Unless if you're me and trying to get somebody's attention. Like what happened in there. Now,
Why don't we talk to the security guards? get a copy of security footage.
Do we want to do that? Risk bringing more attention to us?
Oh yeah, that we should probably explain the rules to him before anything else.
Yeah, so number one, which is what we're talking about, which is to respect the masquerade.
What's a masquerade?
Don't let normal people find out about us.
That's actually why we're here. My sire asked me to come in to look into why someone was playing songs about us.
Sire? The person
He's the
that
person
turned
who
you?
turned me. Yes.
Here's this big long thing. Basically, don't let people know who you are, or what you are, rather. Who you are, not a huge deal. People know who I am. You probably don't, given the scene that you're in.
No.
People used to know who William was, to the best of my knowledge.
Small gathering, but
Debbie runs a successful business.
Fairly.
And Lottie is an investment mogul. I don't really know too much about you, to be honest with you. But that's fine. So all of us still have fairly normal lives. We just can't do it during the daytime. So, don't let people know what you are. Who you are, not a huge deal. If somebody figures out what you are, it'll be a bad day for you.
I got a couple people living with me that were trying to help me figure this out.
Okay. Lottie, just out of curiosity,
Yes.
do you have the ability to write up a contract, fake contract, obviously, but relatively quickly? I understand that your people typically can do stuff like that.
Speaking of Cocia, probably. I don't know what check that would be or skill that would be. Off the
You
top of
could
my
do
head.
etiquette or politics.
I got both, so we're good.
I think both of those would fit.
Yeah, I can easily do that.
I just need an employment contract, fake one, written up and in there saying something about being given a place to live in there. It's part of the employment contract. So we have a reason for Chris here not to go back and live with his current roommates. We'll take care of the rest of them.
You what?
We'll take care of the rest of the issue with them.
What about my stuff?
Get new
We'll
stuff.
get it moved out. We'll get it moved out. It's not a huge deal. I have people for that, actually, that will come during the day.
Where are you gonna make me go?
Either you will sleep in here with me today or tonight. Today, technically speaking. I assume, Lottie, you don't want a roommate, nor Debbie. And William, if
I'd be willing to share if you'd prefer.
It's
I believe
not really a lot of space in here.
exactly. There's a reason for that. I don't like people in my area when I sleep. When I'm awake, not a huge deal. I actually tend to like the intimate settings. But yeah, I believe William actually has a couch. We don't care.
I mean, you could sleep in the dog's room. What? My dog has a whole room to himself, with a bed and everything.
Yeah, she's got When I say an investment mogul, I truly mean it. Quite a bit of money, to the best of my knowledge.
I do alright.
Now, you are lucky that you are not in Chicago or New York or San Diego. Because you'd be dead right now, if that was the case.
I don't want to die.
Exactly. Lucky we found you. Steven, Steven. No, not Steven.
William.
William, yes. You look like one of my parishioners. William, please, if you would let your sire know that the issue has been taken care of. We're making sure it's no longer an issue.
Yeah, I'll text him right now.
Actually, as a matter of fact, if you would give me his phone number?
Yeah, it is.
I will call them.
And, we'll write it down for the Reverend for simplicity.
And I'll actually step outside and give William's sire a call.
Okay.
He is actually from Spain. Really need help with that?
I'm not gonna do. I can't do a real good Spanish accent.
Okay.
I can just speak.
Yeah, it'll be fine. You are muted.
I forgot the sire's name.
Sylvester.
Alone?
No.
Not the only one who forgot. Good, because I don't see it on the paper
Casson.
I got.
Sylvester Casson.
Caston?
Casson.
Casson. Okay. So, as you make the call, Rufus?
Yes.
You just... A, accented voice picks up. Casson.
You are Williams, I assume.
Who is this?
One of Williams' associates. The issue that you asked him to take care of has been taken care of. It would seem that you have roses that need to be trimmed.
Oops, my bad. Interesting.
Yes, the DJ that was at the club seemed to come into the fold as of recent, and I don't have absolute confirmation. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that he's of your kind.
Can one of you keep him tonight?
Yes, I'm actually going to leave him with William.
Why did you call me and not William?
Because I'm the elder of the group. Not necessarily an elder, however, I'm the oldest. And while I'm not necessarily considered the leader, I feel like the oldest should talk to the older. That and an actual call would be more beneficial than text messages.
Tell William to bring him to Charlotte's tomorrow.
Will you be there?
Why?
Just out of curiosity. He seems to not enjoy being asked of things from you.
That's not your business.
Right, however, I do have a vested interest, at least a small vested interest in William now, so just letting you know that he doesn't enjoy dealing with you so much, which I assume that you already know, but it's perfectly fine. We can work through that later.
Tell him to go to Charlotte's tomorrow.
I will say that you have requested him to take him to Charlotte's tomorrow.
Click.
Then Rev will step back into the van. William, Chris is to go to Charlotte's tomorrow. I have let him know, which he sounds like an absolute peach, by the way.
You have no idea. You have no idea how many heavy objects I had thrown at me.
Oh, I have a half of an idea. I know what a Toreador can do.
I feel like I'm missing an entire conversation here.
Chris is in the back room.
Anyway, he is
Who's
asked
Charlotte?
for Charlotte.
Charlotte is the leader of the clan of our clan locally.
Clan?
Yes.
You're what we call a Toreador, probably.
Yes. We assume. Granted, you could be a couple other things, but more than likely a Toreador. Given where we assume that you're picked up, and the fact that you are quite artsy.
Are
However,
they
there's
gonna kill me?
I don't think she would.
There's a group called the Camarilla. They probably would, but I don't think Charlotte will.
Yes.
Well, I should certainly hope not.
I will.
Maria would kill you in a heartbeat. Not a question.
Yes. I will allow them to explain that much to you. However, real quick rundown of exactly clans. There are 13 major ones. Some are viewed better than others. Lottie is a Ventru. Very business oriented. William is a Toreador, much like we assume yourself. We have these really ugly ones that they're extremely useful most of the time. You remember that really old black and white movie, Nosferatu?
What?
Okay. Too young. That's fine. I was around when it came out. Anyway. Yes, I actually saw it in the theaters. Not as scary now. But anyway, that's a thing. Look it up on your phone. I assume that you have a phone.
Yeah.
Not everybody does. Just saying. I deal with a lot of homeless people. They don't typically have cell phones. And then we have the Gangrel.
I work at a restaurant.
Not anymore.
What?
Yes, not anymore. Typically, restaurants require you to have day shifts. You can't really go out during the day anymore.
Yeah, I've called off sick the past couple of days.
Yeah, it's best to just say that you've fallen on family emergency or whatever and have to quit. Anyway, we have Gangrel, which Debbie, please pull up your sunglasses for a second.
Debbie grins, and you just see like her teeth are slightly sharper, and she pulls up her sunglasses and rests them on the top of her forehead.
You hear a thunk as his head hits the back of the van as he jerks back.
Good news. That's what happens when they get mad. Normally they just look normal. Very animalistic.
You're not mad at me, are you?
Don't worry, sweetheart. That's been taken care of. This will go away once I've rested a little bit.
And then you have La Sombra, which be happy that you're not, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to do what you're doing. Typically they touch technology and it breaks faster than communism.
It like just helmet harder.
Yes. Then there is an old clan called Samitsi. There's a couple of them in the city. They're fun people to be around.
Don't make them mad.
No, don't make them mad at all.
Don't make anyone mad. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. There is a possibility that you could be a thin blood Duskborn, but I highly doubt that one. And then there are... Which ones am I missing?
A lot.
Right, but like the main...
Angry
13.
ones, the Bruja.
Oh, yes.
Real fast, you guys. You do realize that it is getting late / very early. So, if some of you have a drive, there is a little bit of time left, but not too much.
Yep. By looking at, I assume, a digital clock on like the wall, he's like, "Oh, I should probably get everyone home." Does anybody need to go back to Cats to pick up a vehicle?
No.
We'll just call a car.
I took the bus to Cats.
And I rode with you, so...
Okay. Lottie, I assume that you don't want to be dropped off again.
It caused a bit of a stir last time, although I do appreciate the offer.
Okay. I will let you out here then. I will speak with you. He kind of looks at the calendar, just like sometime soon.
Of course.
Then he kind of walks around the front and he takes Chris with him and puts him up front with him and kind of continues on with the talk that he's been having.
Okay. Who you dropping
He's
off
been to
first?
Williams.
I'm assuming Debbie?
He's been to Debbie. Yes, Debbie first. And he kind of finishes his little ramble of the main 13, leaving out Ravnos specifically.
Does anyone fill in the blank?
Debbie might give him a little bit of a stink eye, but she wouldn't, press the issue.
Okay. So Debbie gets dropped off.
As Debbie gets dropped off, she's gonna turn to Chris and hand him her phone number and say, "I remember what it was like being new. If you have any questions, I'm not too good at the clan stuff because I don't do the same stuff, but just general questions, feel free to call me."
I have so many questions.
I'll explain more once we get to my apartment, specifically about the Toreador.
We'll get you sorted between us.
Good.
And yeah, after dropping Debbie off, go to Williams, obviously.
Real fast, Lottie. You get picked up and dropped
Yeah.
off, no problem.
Delightful.
Doggo is thrilled to see you as normal.
Again.
So, William gets dropped off along with Chris. Any parting words for him, Rufus?
If I don't see you in the next couple days, and I don't see you after that, please be smart about your new situation. I don't want to have to see you again. I'm not one to typically hunt people down. However, if it's asking me, I will.
Sure.
Anyway, have a good day.
You too? Then he heads with William into the apartment. House, I'm not sure what you have. I think it's an apartment.
Apartment.
So he heads in with you.
And William will explain what he can in the amount of time that is available.
We have a little bit of time left.
Then remember that he was supposed to be at work. Crap, I'm getting fired tomorrow, aren't I?
Apparently we can't have jobs. I don't know.
You can, you just got to be smart about it and balance vampire and regular stuff.
Right. So you two converse. Give him the ins and outs of Toreador and basic Kindred 101. Rufus, where do you go?
Rufus will actually try to stay somewhat close to Charlotte's. Not at Charlotte's, but close to.
You can be on kind of the outskirts of downtown without drawing too much attention.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Anything all of you do before bedding down for the day?
Show Chris how to unfold the fold-out couch.
Easy enough to do. Debbie or Rufus?
Debbie. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just asking if Debbie or Rufus had anything else.
Debbie will very quickly text Mike to expect her around tomorrow night to drop off the laptop.
Okay.
And then Rufus will just kind of do his normal, like, end of the night routine.
Okay. So, the night comes to an end. Each of you more perplexed, more confused, more worried than the previous night. Maybe. Definitely a new one of you is confused and overwhelmed. And we'll see where that brings us in the next day. The sun rises, and each of you fall unconscious. Announcements!
Check out our link tree.
Yes.
All the links, all the things. Go to Dice Legion and use our code, our link, whatever it is. Get a little gift for yourself or somebody else. Get a little bit off. Get 10% off. We get a little bit of a kickback, and you help Dice Legion, who is a small business, which is always wonderful.
We also have a website, TotalPartyKrit.com. You can check us out, get all of our links there. Find out what's coming out when, schedule-wise. Tentative schedule, at least. Find shorts, find our YouTube stuff. Get updates on all of that. I think that's the most of it. We will be having a new Call of Cthulhu series starting soon. And then for the next couple of episodes, we'll be doing above the table, so it'll be a little bit before we get back to our VTM games, but not too long. Other than that, thanks for coming, and have a good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Sweet dreams.